Brenda Shad is notable for her Native American ancestry, hailing from the Cherokee and Choctaw tribes. Her professional journey has led her to achieve prestigious positions in the international fashion world, with her image gracing the covers of several renowned magazines and making a significant impact on the fashion industry. Gertrude Three-Finger Cheyenne is a notable photograph captured by William E. Irwin, a photographer whose career spanned from 1871 to 1935. In the years 1891 and the early 20th century, Irwin devoted himself extensively to the study and documentation of the life and culture of Native American peoples, using his photographic skills to record these moments. The 1926 image portrays Bear Bull, a venerable elderly member of the Siksika tribe, which is part of the Blackfoot Confederacy in northern Canada. In the photograph, the elaborate braided hair knot positioned above his forehead is striking. This meticulously arranged hair knot symbolizes Bear Bull's role as the guardian of a sacred bundle in the medicine pipe tradition. Oglala Chief Longwolf, also known as Shunkmanitu Hanska, was a figure who remained relatively forgotten for about 100 years until 1997, when his story gained new life through various news articles. He passed away in 1892 while participating in the famous Buffalo Bill's Wild West show during a tour in London. Around 1901, Fred E. Miller, renowned for his documentary photography of Native American peoples, captured an image titled Sisters. The photograph showcases two sisters, Whistler and Hitz the One Who Rides the Gray Horse, on the Crow Reservation, also known as Apsaluk. At the beginning of the 20th century, Iron White Man joined the famous Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, one of the most acclaimed traveling shows of that era. His inclusion in the show placed Iron White Man in an environment that blended entertainment, cultural presentation, and performing art. The ground we walk upon holds a wealth of meanings that go beyond ordinary understanding. It is inherently sacred. Every fragment, every piece of land, is imbued with the life spirit of those who came before us. Chief Plenty-Coup of the Crow Tribe. Indigenous communities understood the importance of avoiding close inbreeding to preserve the health of their dogs. To prevent consanguinity, tribes often brought in dogs from other groups, which explains the diversity of canine breeds frequently depicted in history books. The work titled Sioux Urchins, Boy and Girl is among the early productions of the photographer Huffman, created shortly after his arrival at Fort Keogh, located in eastern Montana. Dated 1880, the photograph is a studio portrait featuring two children, possibly a brother and sister, who are members of the Sioux tribe. In 1953, at the height of her fame, Marilyn Monroe made a memorable visit to Vancouver, Canada. During this occasion, she had an unforgettable encounter with Chief Joe Mathias of the Capilano Band, a native community in the region. The interaction between the legendary Hollywood actress and the indigenous leader stood out as an episode of significant cultural importance. During the 1880s, Chief Spotted Tail, or Sintigleska, stood out as a prominent leader among the Brule Lakota. He was a respected and highly influential figure within the Brule Lakota community, playing a crucial role in the history of Native American peoples during a critical period. In the year 1901, a photograph was captured on the Fort Hall Reservation, located in Pocatello, Idaho. The photo features members of the Northern Shishoni family, a Native American group native to that area. The image allows us to observe the expressions and emotions of the individuals who lived in this specific community within the reservation. The Comanches, whose origins are distinct from the Shoshone, undertook an impressive migration in the early 18th century, leaving the Rocky Mountains. This journey led them to the vast plains, where they settled and became one of the most renowned tribes in the Texas Plains. Each photograph tells its own story. In the featured image, a woman from the Northern Cheyenne tribe is portrayed, likely dating from the late 1920s or later. With a dignified posture, she holds a cane and is adorned with an elaborately decorated scarf. Her gaze reflects the many life stories she has experienced, as if each campfire throughout her life has left its mark in her eyes. Around 1900, a woman from the Oglala tribe was captured in a photograph. This image serves as a snapshot, providing a window into the life and culture of this indigenous community on the plains of the United States. The photograph remains an important historical record, both of the Oglala tribe member depicted and the era in which she lived. The Shoshone are an indigenous people originally from the Great Basin, located in the western United States. Over time, they expanded their territory, moving north and east, and came to inhabit regions that are now part of the states of Idaho and Wyoming. At a railway station, around the 1930s, a photograph was taken showing an American Indian woman with her child. The image provides a glimpse into the daily life of this mother and her child, but does not reveal specific information about who they are or their identities. From 1951 to 1963, Chief Dan George served as the leader of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation in British Columbia, Canada. In addition to his leadership roles, he was a writer and poet. Remarkably, he began his acting career at the age of 60. Lucy Thompson, a tribal leader, exerted significant influence in the history of the Yurok, an indigenous community in Northern California. Native to the region, she became notable as the first person to document the history and culture of the Yurok. Growing up within her tribe's traditions, Lucy also acquired fluency in the English language. Cianina Redfeather Blackstone was a notable singer, performing artist and indigenous activist hailing from the Muskogee Nation, born in Eufaula, Oklahoma. She left a significant legacy in both the history of her own people and in Native American culture as a whole through her career and activist efforts. The Bannock tribe has a rich historical legacy rooted in the Great Basin, encompassing regions of southeastern Oregon and southern Idaho. Over multiple generations, they have developed a deep connection with the land, skillfully adapting to the demanding environmental conditions of this area. Awe Ayu, also known as Bonita Flor, was a woman from the Seneca people who lived in the year 1908. The Seneca, an indigenous people who speak an Iroquoian language, have a rich cultural history. Traditionally, they settled to the south of Lake Ontario, one of the 5 Great Lakes of North America. This is a photograph of a member of the Arapaho tribe, taken in the year 1872. The Arapaho are an indigenous people with a rich and diverse cultural heritage, known for their presence in the United States and the significant contributions they have made to the tapestry of Native American cultures. It's a fascinating vintage photograph taken in 1908 by Roland Reed, entitled The Moose Call. The scene captures a member of the Ojibwe tribe sitting peacefully in a canoe on the calm waters of a lake. He is engaged in a special activity, using a hide or bark to produce a distinctive sound. This is a remarkable photographic record depicting the Caddo Nation, captured in 1906. The Caddo were a people who inhabited regions that now encompass parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. They were known for their dedication to agriculture and for their cautious and reserved approach towards people from outside the community. This photograph, dated 1870, showcases the military leader's tent in a Shishoni village located in Wyoming. The image provides a glimpse of the structure that served both as a home and a command center for the chief. This Shishoni village, situated in the state of Wyoming, reflects an important aspect of the Shishoni culture and way of life. Taken in 1898, this photograph features Hakasnaka, known as Little Chief, a member of the Arapaho tribe. This portrait provides an authentic and fascinating representation of an individual from the Arapaho community, revealing aspects of their identity and cultural tradition in the late 19th century. Initially referred to as Pima by Spanish explorers in the 17th century, this people identifies themselves as Akamelo Odom, which translates to river people. They reside in the Sonoran Desert region with a heritage connected to the ancient Hohokam culture. This photograph, taken by Carlo Gentile in 1870, showcases members of this community.